media is really a central communication tool for young people today. And I think TV and radio are a huge aspects of media, contemporary media forms. I think all education has to reflect how young people are communicating. They're communicating through media, and TV and radio therefore contribute to that whole environment or milieu of communication. So it brings their education closer to the kind of world that they're living in.
A learning environment may mean a formal educational setting like a school or a college or a university, but it may mean something much wider than that. I think it's important that we talk about a paradigm of education which is lifelong learning from the cradle to the grave, so that the educational environment may be a classroom, but it may be the senior citizens organisation, it may be the local club, it may be the ploughing championship, and all of them in their own way can be a learning environment. But whichever learning environment we're talking about, radio and TV can enhance it.
I think that students engage so much with the media, but on a very passive level. This is a way that makes them engage actively, to make them critique something, but they're very interested in it.
And you have potential there to make a lesson more exciting, more vibrant than it would in the traditional teacher standing up the top of the classroom dictating to the students type of thing, you know.
If we can use that to teach valuable lessons, in particular about literacy, because literacy is one of those areas that, you know, for example, 16-70% of teenage boys don't actually have the literacy skills that they need to go on in the world. And 1 in 10 students these days actually would have very poor literacy skills, certainly not what they need.
I can only speak for the sector I come from, I suppose, which is very much organisations which have a need for educational material. And I suppose, speaking about funding things, I mean, if our television programme was to be made purely on looking to get broadcast permission from someone like the mainstream channels, it wouldn't have got made.
There's a little bit of a split between, say, what the BAI wants to do, which I think is brilliant, and what the broadcasters are actually accepting or funding. So there needs to be more dialogue between ourselves, the independent producers, funders, including the BAI, and the broadcasters as well, because I think broadcasting has gone too much away from things that can educate and solely to entertain in a very narrow way as well. So I think more dialogue between that and financing that can be accessed more directly, and maybe the broadcasters can come later.
We were very lucky at the time. Dublin Community Television were able to, support it. So we were a bit freer in what we made.
Media organisations need to reach out and develop organisations with schools, so they have teachers in those schools who understand the media production process, and they need to develop media experts who have skills in education as well, because there is a difference in the sense that what we're doing is looking at the process as well, and the process that they go through and the learning that takes place there as well. So a key element would be developing relationships and also developing funding opportunities, say for instance with the BAI, because even though you get funded for the final product, in education it's actually the weeks leading up to it and the amount of work that you put in developmentally that is a key stage of it as well.
It can be difficult for teachers to really know how to teach these things, so we need ongoing projects like they've done in Near FM and Lyric FM, where they're going out to the classroom and they're teaching these skills, not just to students but also to teachers.
There's more people out there doing community media than I thought beforehand. That there's the interface of media production and education is more lively and more energetic than I think any of us believe as individuals, but collectively it's quite visible. I think a lot of us work very hard on our pieces and we don't take enough time to look out from our own projects and our own initiatives, and I think something that I've learned today is that, well, actually there's a lot of interesting stuff going on, and the potential to do even broader education initiatives, learning across and about society is great. It's amazing.
From the origins of broadcasting, there was an agreement that it had the capacity or the potential to inform, to educate and to entertain. I think we've forgotten a little bit about the education. We're quite good on the information and we're very good on the entertainment. We're also good on other things like marketing and selling, but I think we need to go back to the original inspiration of broadcasting and look at how it can be used as an educative medium which has a vital role to play in sustaining a civic culture in a democratic republic.